What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Wrenching Wrecked. Happy Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody's having a good time. I got to get out yesterday, Saturday, and rip the bike up to Milwaukee, go to a chopper show up there. Hopefully you saw that video. If not, it's coming soon, I promise. But we are jamming away on a Sunday, holiday weekend, taking in customer work. Brake job. I don't have time to do it any other time, so we are working on the lack of work holiday weekend. But that's how it goes sometimes. So 2019 Jeep Cherokee something. Front and rears, they're not too terrible. I mean, they're grindy. So we're going through all this. I will say 2019 Jeep has an awesome brake service mode that you can get to from the factory computer screen thing. You don't need a special scanner or special tool, which is great. The only goofy part is you need some gigantic hardware. So like T50, I think, fits in there. I don't know if there's a special T1, but a T50 fits really snug in there. So we'll deal with that once I get to the rears. But this is what I'll be working on. I'm not walking through an entire brake job, but if there's anything goofy or weird that comes up, I will let you guys know. Other than that, it's not my car. I don't want to spend a ton of time on it, and at the end of the day, it is still just a brake job. So, keep jamming away, and then maybe I can have some fun later this afternoon. I need a bigger hammer. Ooh. Sketchy side today. A little rough on the backside, but she got rusted, locked up. So there's that half. I'm gonna do I like doing one side at a time, just in case I have to reference anything or run into anything goofy. But doing the driver's side first, then we'll move on to the passenger side. So I got the bracket off, pads are off, giant pile of rust, rotor's off, got all the new stuff. So clean all of this up. You don't want that rust on there. So grab a wire wheel and then go to town on this. Again, not filming all of the details of this. Go somewhere else if you want a how-to. This is just what I'm working on today. done with the Jeep, brakes are done. And since I'm already up here and already working and already dirty, I think we're gonna pull the dually in and start ripping those apart. I gotta do rear wheel cylinders. Brakes are working and fixed, but one of the bleeder screws broke off. And if I'm taking the wheels off all ready to put new tires on, to dually, it's a huge pain in the ass. I'm fairly certain I might have to pull the whole axle on both sides in order to get to those. I need one wheel cylinder, but I might as well do two, they're cheap. So we'll do the wheel cylinders and then maybe get the wheels disassembled and broken down. We are gonna powder coat them and clean that up because there's a little rust on there and I gotta put tires on anyway, so now is the time to do it. So yeah, let's pull this giant thing in here. This is a big old girl. But we got her up. It is a 10K lift, so probably cutting it pretty close here. 10K certified. Oh well, it is what it is. So now I got it up in the air. I think I'm actually gonna run, since I'm getting paid for working today, I might actually run and buy one of the Harbor Freight electric impacts. I need one. I don't have a ton of money to spend, but I don't mind spending 150 bucks on one, and I got a coupon, so we're gonna do that first, and then we'll start ripping this thing off. Ripping the wheels off of this thing, I guess. That makes a little more sense, doesn't it? And if Dottie's feeling up for it, she might come over. I think I'm gonna pull all the floorboards off, or the running boards today too. Start cleaning some of that up. I at least need to get this off so I can see what we're working with in terms of rust repair, because we're getting into that too. So I'm not a body guy, I'm terrible at it, but this is the worst section of this entire truck, and the inner is still in fantastic shape, so it's almost necessity more so than trying to fix up a crappy old truck. I don't want the inside to get worse because this is all open and exposed, and the parts were dirt cheap. So I think that's what we're gonna play with today. It's just gonna be a car, messing around with cars and trucks day. Got back from the store, got the new Bauer Impact. I'll let you know how that goes. You'll see firsthand. I'm letting it charge up a little bit first, but came with a 5 amp hour battery. What we need to do on this, the tires are shot. They're so dry rotted and so cracked, and I can't believe I've been driving this as much as I have. The backs are even worse. We have brand new rubber sitting right there. Has been for a week, but I haven't had time to mess with it. And I need front shocks. So I think what I'm gonna try doing now is undo these while we're waiting on that battery to charge up before we start breaking the wheels off. Should be taking the wheel off. It shouldn't really make too big of a difference either way, but I'm hoping, as far as I'm aware, I'm not a Chevy guy, this is all new to me, but I think I should be able to drop the shocks and this lower control arm will unwind a little bit, but it shouldn't go all the way. I shouldn't have to worry about that flying out. If it does and I hurt myself, it'll be real entertaining on the internet. But we'll give that a shot anyway. So we'll see kind of how this goes. We'll loosen up these lowers first and then kind of piece everything together one by one. It's actually not too bad. I really need a non-impact here. This one's a little big. But she's moving. Let's see if we can get lucky. Came out, but it stole my tool. Come on, let go. Go. Ooh, I just got a new magnet tray. Where did I put that? High quality Harbor Freight parts are on, and they had the magnet tray sitting there, and I've always been short on those, so. There's that. Now we gotta go up top, figure out a way to pinch this down and loosen up the top of this thing. I should pull the wheel off, but again, waiting on this to charge. I like giving them a full charge on the first go, so let's drop this thing down and then pop the hood. It's nice using the lift on a truck this big. It goes up and down real quick compared to some of the other small stuff we do up here. I like to keep a little bit of wheel pressure on here anyway, in case I was wrong about the control arm. You can kind of see what it's going to do now. All right, what size are you? We gotta get this bolt. Look at that. Working hood light. And if I really get in a pinch, working work light. But this stud right down here is the one I gotta get to. Hopefully you can see that. So let me give a socket that'll reach that, a longer reach one, and see if this will come out. Okay, so we're free spinning, which means I need to put a wrench on here. Grab a 15 mil wrench and some vice grips. This is super inconvenient. All right, we're going back up in here. I can get to it from the side. Just gotta find the right size wrench. Unless I put weight on it, is that still gonna free spin? Of course it is. Well, the shock's free and the spring didn't shoot out, so let me figure out a way to wrestle around with this. I gotta find a 15 mil wrench somewhere up here and then put a pair of vice grips on the stud. I somehow, in this entire shop, have no 15 mil wrenches. So I don't know why. I'm gonna have to update that one. Got tons of 14s, handful of 16s, but we got some WD-40 on here. I know I can pop this little shield out, but if I can get by with avoiding it, I don't feel like breaking clips and then not having them to put them back in. This is working. I got a pair of vice grips locked down to the shock tower, the sway bar. Is that what that is? Upper control arm mount. So that's seated over there. And we're just kind of slowly but surely, one turn at a time. I might just get in here and cut this out if this doesn't work. We're on a roll here. Come on. You were doing so good. Okay, now we're just spinning. Son of a bitch. All right, might be cutting the shock out. Well, this is definitely a not right way to do this. But that thing's spinning. I rounded off the head. She's attached now, so we don't need it anymore. Keeping it sketchy. No more shock bolt. Got the washer. I think the new kit comes with all of them, hopefully. So I'll jump back under and drop that down. And this whole assembly should slide right out. I know I can go higher, but I hate doing things under the car, over the car. It's really kind of a pain when you're doing both. There we go, out with the old. What's an old shock look like? Ugh. It's not good. New shock. Look at that actually return. So we're halfway there. Maybe I'll soak down that other side real quick too, actually. Can I get to that? I'll get that soaking before we put this in. If I gotta cut the other one out, that really wasn't too terrible. Actually, that oil leak from that oil pressure line might help me out on that side. A lot less rusty. So, shock is out. That is just riding on the coil spring right now. We'll take these top nuts off. Well, top nut rather. And we'll jam this thing up there. Get the bottom installed. Come on, you. You're really gonna fight me on this, aren't you? I need this to be up and in so I can turn and wiggle this. Come on, you. Okay, so the problem is this shock is really big. It's hitting the outside of the spring mount. I'm having a hard time getting this to line up going in up top. Let's see what I can do. This would be so much easier if I just took the wheel off. Damn battery needs to charge faster. That wasn't bad at all. Where'd I put the nut? Just kidding, it does line up. You just need a million pairs of hands. So now you can't see the top side of that. I'll show you that in a minute, but we should be about good now. Now we're just gonna line up this lower bracket. Yes, I know my lift goes higher than this and I don't need to be doing groundwork, but the higher I put it up, the more I have to kind of finagle it when I want to make an adjustment or change something. Give me my socket back. I want to get both of these started before we get both of these driven home. Go. That's the bottom side. Got the bottom in and tightened down. Now I just gotta tighten up this top right there. Just through the hole, new bushings. Should be in pretty good shape. Just gotta tighten up that top nut, which maybe I'll get lucky and I can get from in here now that we have a little access window. Of course not. Why would we? See how far I can go before this starts spinning. Would have been really nice if I had my ratchet. There we go, new shock installed. So really that wouldn't have been that bad if I didn't have to grind away at it. So new shock is in. I'll put this little flapper back on. I broke one clip. Or I lost one somewhere. Okay, I'll look for another press clip. I should have one or two of those laying around somewhere, but on to the other side. We'll be back when I'm ready to pull these wheels off and try out that new impact gun. That oil leak that we had literally dripped all over that shock tower, so that one managed to come free. Oh, come on, where did I put my socket? Okay, there's one. Come on. Again, this is kind of a pain doing the up and down, but on there. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Come on. Weird. I don't know why that did that. Didn't want to grab. Number 2 also collapsed. No rebound. Play the line it up game. See if I can get one of these at least started just to hold it so I can run up there. Something kind of like that. I'll come over here. I do have enough room. So we're gonna thread one of these in down here. We are lined up top. Actually, maybe we'll thread both of these in. Now, we'll lower the truck down a little bit, and that should push it right up through. We're already on, so I'll leave you guys over here. So this shiny bit right there should come through. I think, hopefully I don't hit that tripod with the truck. You couldn't see it because I went down and you guys did not. So take my word for it. That's back on there now. So now I can grab our nut. Uh-oh. Where did the nut go? Got the old one. I'd like to put the new one back on. Oh, I see. Pushed up. There we go. Good. Now, we got new shocks. As much as I feel like I should really just take the wheels off and keep jamming on this, I kind of want to test drive it before I do that. Is that a bad idea? It's way more work to have to re-rack it, but... Uh-oh. Did something wrong. I got nothing on this side. Huh. Well, that's neat. Oh, you know what? I'm just an idiot. Sitting here bouncing on the truck when it's still up on the lift. That's not gonna work. Should pop a little, I think, right? Everything settles in. Actually has rebound now. It's not just riding on the springs. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna think I'm gonna take it for a test drive, actually. See if that's better or worse. They're not the best shocks in the world, I know that much. But it's what we got. So I'll put those plastic covers back on. The plastic clips back in on here, maybe. And then we'll go for a quick test drive. Got back from the test drive. Wild waste of time. I knew it was gonna be better than it was, but it's better than it was. Just wanted to verify. And I keep going back and forth. A buddy of mine wants to know if I can help him pull a trans on his Impala tomorrow, 64. I don't know if we're gonna get to that, but now we are in good enough shape where I can start yanking these wheels off, I think. So let's do that. Ultimate test, brand new tool, brand new battery. It's charged, we're on 3. My electric crappy impact that I've been using forever, that I've been meaning to replace, would not take these lugs off. Even cranking on them and laying into them. And not having to plug in cords when I'm dealing with customer cars over here. Well, it's working. Sweet. Harbor Freight tool for the win. Really didn't want to keep spending money on new tools and new stuff, but sometimes you gotta, and we use these all the time. So here's our outer steel dually plate, or wheel plate. That'll get blasted. How heavy are you going to be? Oh, God. Well, she's not light. That is for sure. So basically, I'm not gonna film any of the disassembly on the wheels and tires. I just gotta break these down. And then, and these brakes actually don't look too bad. Really glad I don't need to do brakes on these. That doesn't look fun. Sadly, I do have to pull the drum in the rear, which isn't much better. So we'll pop the lugs off, get the wheels off, and truck is gonna stay up on the lift tonight like that. I'll get the tires disassembled, broken down. I might go over to the other shop and blast today, and then when I come out of there all hot and sweaty and sandy, I'll go take a fun swim in the lake or something maybe. We'll see. But that's where we're gonna wrap this one up for now, because I'm not really doing much more work on this. We got the shocks in. Wheels and tires will get broken down and then coated hopefully in the next day or two, and then I can have this at least back together and driving. I should do the rear shocks right now, but the rears are even easier than the fronts, so I can do that at any point in time. And again, money. So I'm working on a Sunday and taking in customer work on a holiday weekend instead of doing fun bike things. So you guys might know this, I don't. I've never worked on a dually, but this is how this works. You have outer wheel with the ring plate just like the front one was. Pull that out after you get all the bolts out. And the wheels just kind of flip-flop. So this would be front orientation, and then it flip-flops in the rear. Oh boy. Something kind of stupid and new, but I don't know. I'm learning things. Figured I'd show you. And then I don't know if I have it in me to start messing with the rear brake stuff today. Running out of steam. Because these drums are ridiculously massive. And I'm running out of energy. And I'm fairly certain I gotta pull this whole axle out in order to get that brake drum off. So that's a future project. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I know it's kind of a sporadic video. Next couple will still be on this. I think we got to do the headlights and clean up. I'm trying to do the driver friendly things on here, and then eventually we'll start getting into sheet metal, but I'll probably take a break once this is back to operating and get back onto a couple of the customer bikes over there. So we'll catch you on the next one.